God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. He will be my God. Hold me closely to His side.
Hello, this is week 3 of our program on Love Your Neighbor campaign. I'm sure you've started loving your neighbor more than before, perhaps loving more of them now. All right, so today we'll be looking at Love is Forgiving. This is DVD 4. Love is Forgiving. We'll take our text from the book of Psalms 133 from 1 to 3. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. It is like precious oil poured on the head, running down the beard, running down on Aaron's beard, down on the collar of his robe. It is as if the dew of Hermon were falling on Mount Zion. For there the Lord bestow his blessings, even life forevermore. Wow, amen. You know, Jesus prayed for those who nailed him to the cross. As they were nailing him to that cruel cross in agony, Jesus could still pray, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And Luke 23:34. Stephen, just like Jesus, disciple of Jesus, prayed as he was being stoned to death, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Acts 8, verse 60. Forgiveness is the foundation of Christianity. Without the forgiveness of God, none of us can claim to be a child of God. The greatest gift any man can receive from heaven is the gift of forgiveness. It becomes easy to forgive when you have received the forgiveness of God. Then you are empowered with grace to be able to forgive others who either ask for your forgiveness or even those who refuse to ask for it. You can forgive them. Why? Because the supernatural power of God is with you, is acting in your life. Learn to ask for forgiveness when you need to. The phrase, I am sorry, has healed many relationships. It brings spiritual, emotional, and physical healing and relieves pain. It brings unity and it's refreshing. I am sorry. You know, this lady came to me after our first service one Sunday, and she was weeping and said to me, my husband said I must pack out of the house today. You know, I didn't have much time to ask her what was going on because I was preparing for the next service. So I said to her, all right, just go home, you know, but from here, be smiling, stop crying, clean your face, and sing. Just go home singing. And when you go home, kneel down and tell your husband, I'm sorry. Forgive me. She said, no, this will require grace for me to do. And I said to her, all right, receive the grace of God. You just go and do it. The following day, I got a text from her, and the text reads, great man of God, you have saved my home. Wow. Can you see how powerful the word I'm sorry is? 2 months later, this same man who had told the wife to pack out bought the wife a car. All because she said, I am sorry. A young man listened to me on television one day. I was preaching on marriage, and he called me to say that, well, do you know what happened to me today? My wife locked me in and went to work, and I can't go to work. And I've decided to contact my lawyer. And I said to him, why did you then call me if you have decided to contact your lawyer? Well, in any case, this is my own advice for you. Just when she comes home, tell her I'm sorry. I must have really offended you so badly that made you to lock me in and prevented me from going to my own job. Well, the following day she called me and said, it worked. That was all he said. He said, it worked. Thank you, man of God. It worked. It will always work. Amen. All right. When you fail to forgive, you disqualify yourself from the forgiveness of God. You develop hatred that leads to bitterness. You block your heavens. No blessings, no answers to prayers. So unforgiveness leads to backwardness and stagnation. Unforgiveness, if you live in unforgiveness, you live a defeated Christian life. You can't walk in the full grace of God. You know, a lot of people pray and pray and pray, and they receive no answer or very little answer. And there are some people who don't pray that much, and they get a lot of answers. They have a free mind. The Lord bless you today as you look into this study. But let me tell you something before I quit. Joy and happiness are only made possible when you can forgive and receive other people's forgiveness. Amen. So today we'll be looking at what are the major causes of offenses. Why is forgiveness so important to receive answers to our prayers? And finally, we're looking at the question, explain the destructive nature of unforgiveness. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
God will make a way where there seems to be no way.